Hi, thanks for tuning in. In today's video, we're talking about new construction and how you can save money throughout your process. Let's dive right in. The first tip I'm going to give you is get in early. If possible, try to get into the new construction as they begin breaking ground and opening up lots and homes for sale. This is going to be the best advantage as far as price goes. The other thing that I would recommend is if you're looking for a little bit of savings, once the builder starts to open up lots, try to maybe look and see what lot is not necessarily right next to the community center or the park, and it's just off of the beaten path slightly. This can save you thousands of dollars in lot premiums. So for instance, where we're at right now, this is towards the back of the neighborhood. It's not right where the community center is. So when I went to the build center, these lot premiums are a little bit lower, which can save you thousands of dollars. And let's face it, in this economy, every penny counts right now. The next suggestion that I could give you is avoid extensive personalization or options. So typically, when you go into a build center, they're either gonna have some options picked out for you, like a package A, B, and C, or you're gonna go to the build center and you're gonna choose everything. So I would use caution using the builder to do everything as far as upgrades go. I would use the builder to do upgrades that are very difficult to do post-construction. I wouldn't want to tear out kitchen cabinets for the amount that they would charge you for the upgrades in the kitchen. Maybe recessed lighting would be another really good one to have the builder do. Recessed lighting is not as easy to do, particularly if you have a two-story house. Doing that recessed lighting on the first floor can be very, very problematic, trying to go through the webs of the beams and such. Going into the attic's a little bit easier, but again, that's one of those things I'd probably use the builder on. Same thing, extra outlets, extra light switches, that kind of stuff. I would probably lean towards the builder doing those things. It's just cleaner, easier, and I think you're gonna have a better experience that way. If you're looking at maybe a combination of carpet and tile in the model that you chose, and you wanted to have all tile or all, laminate flooring as an example, I would have that done by the builder as well, because you're gonna have a tough time matching the colors when you have two different, pulls. You're never gonna match the tile. You're gonna have some wear on the tile, dirty grout, etc. It's just not gonna be a good option. Conversely, things that you could wait for is, I know if you go into the models, you'll see they have all these neat decorative wood boards on the wall, maybe some chair rail, things like that. That's the stuff that you kind of could do on your own, or you could get a handyman or another subcontractor, a framer to come in and do that kind of work for you at a much, much more reasonable rate than you're probably going to get for the builder. But just kind of pay attention to those things and see. There was an option on one of my customers' houses that we just went under contract on to do a small little extension off of the lanai in the back, and it was tied into the house but not into the roof. And the small upgrade that was 4 foot by 8 foot was about $15,000, and for the little overhang cover. And that was, to me, a little bit excessive, and I'm sure they could probably, if it was a big deal, they could get that done because it's not tied into the roof. If it was gonna be tied into the roof, that's a different story. You don't wanna have to pull that roof shingles off, all that type of material, tie into it, risk of leaks. So that being said, make sure you work with a realtor when you're coming into the build center that understands the new construction and construction process so that they can best advise you on what your options are. They can point you to some contractors, some subcontractors that can give you some quick quotes on things, and you can get an idea of what it's gonna cost for to have the builder do it versus having somebody else do the stuff for you. That's really, really important. And, while we're on the subject of realtors and the builders representatives, they are a master at the product that they offer. They know the ins and outs of everything in the neighborhood, and they're a fantastic resource to help you get through the process and work together with your realtor and get things done. The other thing is you want to make sure that you're comparing new construction with the incentives and things that the builders give you to resale properties. Where people are benefiting right now with new construction is all the incentives that they're getting. Builders are able to offer rate buy downs if you use their lender in some circumstances. They're also contributing large amounts of money towards closing costs and fees. All these things really do add up in the long run. So if you take all these little things, you can really compare apples to apples and see which one works out best for you, whether buying resale or buying new construction, and weigh out your options. Also, don't be afraid to shop around a little bit. If you find a builder that has a model that looks like the floor plan, the layouts are all relatively the same, don't be afraid to shop around a little bit and see what other builders are offering for a similar model. Also, don't be afraid to shop around. And again, this is another reason to use a realtor to help you do your new construction purchase. Knowing the different packages and offerings that different communities offer is important. One of my customers, again, we went to a new construction area down the way and we looked at the models. They were fantastic. They were just outside their price range by the time everything was all said and done. However, the same model was in a different community a few miles down the road, and their incentives were a little bit different because they were in a different location. So it wasn't quite the optimal location for them, but a 2-3 mile drive wasn't that big of a deal. So they chose to go with that one because it, again, saved them almost $7,000 in their particular situation. So knowing those kind of things and being able to look around and hunt for those types of deals, that's really important. And again, it can save you thousands of dollars. So there you have it, a couple tips to help you out if you're in the market for a new construction property. If you like this kind of content, do me a huge favor, I'd greatly appreciate it. Hit that bell button so you get notified when I upload a new video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. It helps me out a lot. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.